Hello everyone. Hi, how are you guys doing today? Welcome back to another reaction episode to Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That's right, I'm inside. Hello. Okay. Buffy time. Last time on Buffy. Sibling situation with Buffy and Dawn as a result of Joyce passing. I titled that episode Life Goes On because it really felt that way. It was like, okay, now that mom is gone, what do we do? And Buffy and Dawn had this kind of disagreement in how they were reacting to the situation they're in. But at the very end, they came together in understanding, and I found that very nice. I really like that episode. I really like that episode mainly because of Dawn, but also I got a lot about Buffy there that I really enjoyed. So yeah, great episode. I'm a big fan of it. Okay, I don't know where we're going now because like it was said in the previous episode, it felt like now that the status quo has been shaken and almost to a degree that it is impossible to return from. Now the question becomes, what is the show gonna be? Like, what is life going to be now that Joyce is no longer around? Because the responsibilities that Buffy will have now are massive. I don't know how she's gonna be able to deal with that. Like, again, it's something that wasn't mentioned previous episode, but I mentioned during my discussion, which was like, okay, we gotta worry about, like, I don't fucking know, like taxes and shit. And it's like Buffy's like 20, she's not ready for that. She's gonna have to get acquainted with that real quick. And of course, she'll have friends and she'll have support and guidance, but it's still a lot, man. And having to deal with Dawn as well with your, like, that is the main thing, is having to deal with your younger sibling who's just like 14 and she's dealing with at least two crises happening at the same time. That's a lot. And that's not even counting the evil demon god that is out here trying to kill her or kill her family or whatever. Like, this is a lot. So, okay. I just watched Angel. Harmony showed up. Also, Willow showed up for some sort of a lesbian joke on a phone call for like 15 seconds. So that happened. That's what's popping over at Angel. Harmony went to LA and Willow lesbian joke. Okay. Sure. Let's move on with Buffy. Patreon. Check out the Patreon link in the description below. Pop up on screen. You can support the channel. Watch the next 2 episode reactions as well already, as well as full-length reactions. I have to keep saying that because some people didn't know that. Angel watch alongs. I'm also watching that over the Patreon. All right, let us begin. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, season 5, episode 18. Let's go. This is...
Help her find the key. I would never do that to an
I can't believe Ben did this. And then he didn't kill him. He's so incompetent. Somebody pointed out on Patreon, they're both very incompetent. Oh, we're gonna see a spot. Yeah, wake up again for like the millionth time.
You're not my boyfriend.
April mentioned.
She was a robot.
Oh yeah, robot. She's
Oh
a
my
robot.
god, Robo Buffy's coming in.
What are you doing?
This season is so unhinged. This recap is fucking massive. There's so many things that happen in the past like 5 episodes.
Giles, you don't have to help. You cook.
Oh, come on. Nothing you two add makes me feel useful.
Want to clean out the
Oh my
garage on
god,
Saturday?
he's dad now.
Dawn, if there are any plates in your room, let's have them before they get furry and we have to name them.
How's she doing? And you?
Some minutes are harder than others.
All I can say is it will get better.
It has to. We're holding up, though.
Good. I was thinking that we might return to our training schedule.
I don't know.
Okay, not ready for that.
We were doing so well.
I'm just starting to feel uneasy about stuff. I mean, I can beat up the demons until the cows come home, but I'm not sure I like what it's doing to me. Being the Slayer is turning me into stone. Think about it. I was never there for Riley. Not like I was for Angel. I was terrible to Dawn. Riley left because I was shut down. And now my mom is gone, and I loved her more than anything. And I don't know if she knew.
Oh, she knew. Always.
I don't know.
You're starting to think about all the time you could have spent with her instead of just going out there to kill people.
Maybe being the perfect Slayer means being too hard to love at all. I already feel like I can hardly say the words. Love, 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 love. Giles, it feels strange.
How serious are you about this?
Serious to the amount of 10?
There is something in the Watcher's diaries.
Okay.
A quest. It would take a day, perhaps 2.
I'm not leaving Dawn.
Sure you can. What's the deal?
Some Slayers before Buffy found it helpful in regaining their focus, in learning more about their role. There's a sacred place in the desert. It's not far.
Desert? Like in Restless? We fought the first fight at the desert.
I think you should do it. I'll be okay.
I'm worried, but okay. This may backfire.
I love you, Dawn. I love you too. Really love you. Getting weird. Sorry, but it's important that I tell you. Weird love's better than no love.
Ah, this is great.
She looks good, but what about the rest? Little walk, little talk.
Hey, she's great. You'll be real happy, I swear. She's got everything you asked for.
All the extra programming, right?
The stuff that you wanted. All of it. Now, you said that I could leave town.
Wait, I'm not sure I'm a satisfied customer.
Spike? Oh, Spike. Mwah.
She'll do.
Okay, here we go. Whatever the fuck the show is about to become, here we go. I hope the base are Michelle Gellar are double for this.
It's getting stronger.
Okay, I'm not gonna look at the credits just in
Losing
case.
him. I'm losing control of him. He stabbed you in your body. If time runs out on us and all we're left with is info, then we're screwed.
But you're a god, the sacred glorificus.
I'm a god in exile.
Okay, we're learning.
The Slayer and the Key are connected.
Okay.
She's going to have contact with it.
Oh my god, maybe they're gonna track Robo Buffy and Spike.
Watch her.
Oh my
Can
god.
do that, oh thou.
They're gonna get some fake ass info from Robo Buffy and Spike, which would be funny. It's been so long since Restless. I don't remember what the desert in Restless looked like. I mean, I was gonna say I get the feeling that it'll look a lot like this, but they probably filmed it in the same place anyway, just for convenience. So
The location of the sacred place is a guarded secret. I have to perform a ritual to transfer my guardianship of you temporarily to a guide.
Oh boy.
This'll do.
A guide, but no food or water. So it leads me to the sacred place, and then a week later it leads you to my bleached bones.
Love this Buffy costume.
Oh, how's it start?
I jump out of the circle and I jump back in it and then I shake my gourd.
Oh, I know this ritual. The ancient shamans were next called upon to do the hokey pokey and turn themselves around.
Go quest.
Okay.
And that's what it's all about.
What you searching for, Slayer? A weak spot?
She's gonna dumb him, and he's gonna be into it.
Was that your best, Slayer?
No.
Maybe I should repay you for your gentleness. Maybe I should let you go.
No. Never let me go.
I'm bad.
You're very, very bad.
Reaffirmations.
You gonna do it that way?
No. This way.
You can't do it.
I could never do it. Oh!
I don't think they paid her double for that, but I feel like they should have. I feel like I'm watching Restless again. I'm getting such Restless vibes from this. It hasn't gotten weird yet. We're just walking in the desert, but... Okay, it's getting weird. Will we see the first Slayer today? Will we see some kind of reference to a line that was said maybe 2.5 seasons ago again? Because Giles is gonna look at his watch at some point and go like, oh, it's 7:30. We should head back or whatever. Is this Buffy's new guide? This looks like the exact same spot where she fought the first Slayer in Restless. I don't remember, but this looks like the exact same spot to me.
I know this place.
Shit, okay. It is the exact same spot.
Well, it's probably not as good as Willow could do. In just the time I've known her, she's already blown right past me.
Really?
Oh yeah, Willow wants to watch this thing on the History Channel tonight. Salem witch trial stuff.
It really wasn't that bad. See, if you were really a witch, you could do a spell to escape.
What did you take? Oh god.
You're evil. I try so hard to resist you, and I can't. Darn your sinister attraction.
Are you afraid of me?
Yes.
You know I can't bite you.
I think you can if I let you. I want you to bite me and devour me until there's no more.
Unfortunately, the moment you do, it's gonna be a bunch of metal.
All right.
Spike, I can't help myself. I love you.
So,
Should I start this program over?
oh, here we go. This is when he starts going like, oh fuck, this is not what I want. She's too fake. Like, that's what I was wondering. It's like, to what, at which point he's gonna be like, this is not the real thing. Or he's gonna be really into it forever and be like, fuck yeah, I love River Buffy. That's what I'm wondering.
Time to slay.
Oh, is she programmed to slay as well?
Vampires of the world, beware.
Is she actually programmed to do this? Oh my god, Robo Buffy's loose and gonna do some shit that I don't know what it is. Hi, Robo Buffy. And they're gonna. Oh my god.
Buffy.
Sander.
Oh my god.
And Anya. How is your money?
Likes money.
Thank you for asking.
They're gonna get along.
You're back very early.
Yeah, how was the whole Vision Quest experience?
I don't
Dude.
understand that question.
Are you all right? You're all.
Hey there! Wait up!
Oh my god.
It's Spike, and he's wearing the coat.
I am not ready for this scene.
I'm glad you're all here.
Oh,
The place is crawling with vamps tonight.
I don't know why I feel like I'm having a hard time watching this.
Seen any vamps? Are you sure there's?
Go, Robo Buffy!
Right.
Yep, guess so.
Go kill them before they notice that you're not real. We know that April could fight. Good job.
No! Get away from him!
Oh my god, they think that Spike is important because Buffy's protecting Spike, so they're gonna be like, oh, we're gonna kidnap Spike, he's important to her.
You two can toddle on home if you want.
Buffy?
Why are you hanging out with this fool?
You guys head home.
Sander is like, alright, something weird's going on. I'm gonna report back.
I don't understand this. My skin is all hot. Do I look hot to you?
Always.
You better feel me to make sure.
Oh, it's programmed that after a fight, she wouldn't feel satisfied until she has Spike, maybe?
I wish Giles told us they were back from the desert.
Oh my god, he doesn't realize that she was weird.
She fought okay.
Yeah. Hey, she never asked about Dawn.
It's true.
Normal Buffy would. Yeah.
Oh, Spike, you're the big bad.
Those darn Salem judges. Oh, honey, let's change it. The Discovery Channel has koala bears.
Oh, that's fun. Hey, we saw some shit.
Buffy's gone insane.
Okay, they think she's insane.
What'd she do? Everyone, before we jump all over her, people do strange things when someone they love dies.
She fucks Spite at the graveyard.
Tara's right. Grief can be powerful, and we shouldn't judge. What are you kidding? She's nuts.
Oh, that's so fucking funny that Tara's the one that said it.
I'm gonna go find her and talk to her. If she's losing it, we gotta help her before she gets herself hurt.
Alright, so they're thinking that Buffy is just gone crazy, rather than something happened to her. Which I feel like that should be the First Slayer is here! I have such a good affinity for Restless. I love Restless.
No matter what, don't come out till I get you, okay?
Okay.
Oh, it's you.
I saw you in the cemetery with Buffy.
Okay.
Yeah? Can't see how it's any business of yours.
It is my business because Buffy's my friend. And she's gone through some stuff lately that, well, it's affected her, and you're taking advantage of her.
She's upset about her mom. And if she turns to me for comfort, well, I'm not gonna deny it to her.
Spike, Buffy has lots of friends, and will do whatever it takes to protect her. Gentlemen.
Friends of yours? Guess not.
Ask for help. Tell Buffy to come and help. Your pride is not worth this. Just ask for help, man.
Gloria will want him restrained. She will want the key intact. Key? Who's a key? I'm not the...
He knows he's a who. He didn't get her to command to come out, so she didn't come out. Because the previous command was only come out when I tell you to.
You're the First Slayer.
Hi, First Slayer. I miss you.
I am the guide.
Sure.
I have a few questions. What about love?
You think you're losing your ability to love.
Yeah.
You're afraid that being the Slayer means losing your humanity. You are full of love. You love with all your soul. That's why you pull away from it.
I'm full of love. I'm not losing it.
Only if you reject it.
Yeah, like, you wouldn't be here if you didn't care.
Love. Give. Forgive. Love will bring you to your gift.
What?
I love that.
I waited like you said. Spike? Xander, did you... Spike's gone.
Buffy, come in. We can talk out here. Did Xander find you? He hasn't come back. Anya said...
Best friend. Gay. Which, good with the computers.
Buffy, this thing with Spike, you didn't sleep with Spike.
No. I had sex with Spike.
Good
I
to
can make
know.
sketches.
No. Buffy, there is something seriously wrong here.
Guys, wake up. Buffy,
Yes, that's me.
they just grabbed Spike. I think they're taking him to Glory.
He knows about Dawn.
We have to get him back.
Where do we find him? I got nothing. Let's hit your place. We'll stock up.
I'm sorry,
I love that Buffy's just like, what? I don't understand this spiritual thing shit.
Love will lead me to my gift?
Yes, death is your gift.
Okay, no.
Okay, how do we interpret this?
If I have to kill demons because it makes the world a better place, then I kill demons. But it's not a gift to anybody.
Your question has been answered.
Okay, bad spirit guy. The fact that they kidnap Spike because they think Spike is important.
The key.
Oh my god.
He can't be the key. The key has to be pure. This is a vampire. He's completely useless.
We observed the Slayer. She treated him as precious.
Okay, we're talking homo hostage.
Sod off.
He doesn't look very fancy to me. Maybe appearances are deceiving. Maybe there's something on the inside.
Ooh.
What can I dig out of you?
Ooh. He's not gonna die. Vampires don't die unless decapitated or stick through the heart.
Buffy, where do we go? Where should we look for Glory?
Why are you all looking at me? We need to rescue Spike.
She just keep repeating the same like 10 lines.
Okay, this has gone way too far. She thinks we're going to rescue Spike.
Whatever we do, we're gonna need Buffy's help. Intervention time again.
Oh my god. We're gonna intervene on Robo Buffy.
Whoa, group hang time?
Oh my god.
Buffy, we need to talk.
Oh my god. We're gonna intervene real Buffy about Robo Buffy.
Buffy, we care about you and we're worried about you. And the things you're doing.
It's wrong.
This shouldn't be about blame.
There's blame now?
Are they gonna miss each other because Buffy's gonna get upset and run away?
The who, what, and how with huh?
Okay, that's denial. That usually comes before anger.
I'm not having
She read
sex
about
with
this.
Spike.
Anger.
Buffy, I saw you. Anya, too.
And you told Willow that you did it.
With the straddling.
Okay, here comes
Spike's
Robo
mine.
Buffy.
Who's straddling Spike? Oh my god. Say, look at you.
Oh my
You're
god.
just like me. We're very pretty.
Hey, I know this. They're both Buffy.
No, she's a robot.
Yeah.
She acts just like that girlfriend bot that Warren guy made. You guys couldn't tell.
April. Remember her name.
I don't think I'm a robot.
She's very well done.
I love that Anya is like, she's great.
Friends of mine. You're forgetting the most important thing.
We gotta rescue Spike.
Glory has Spike. We're going now. I have to kill him.
Yeah, she's like, I have to be the one to end fucking this guy. Oh my god.
Precious.
Enough. I'll tell you who the sodding key is.
Oh god damn it.
It's quite extraordinary, really.
Thank you. But I really think we should be listening to the other Buffy guys.
Guys, Spike didn't even bother to program my name properly.
I honestly like Robo Buffy a lot. She has a lot of respect for real Buffy.
So start talking.
Yeah. Okay, here's the thing. It's that guy. On TV.
He's just
That
saying
show.
random bullshit.
Price show. Where they guess what stuff costs.
Bob Barker. We will bring you Bob Barker. We will bring you the limp and beaten body of Bob Barker.
It is not Bob Barker, scabby morons.
Well, it could be. You don't know that. There's always a chance.
The vampire is lying to me.
Yeah. But it was fun. I'm not telling you, Jack.
Hey.
Good plan, Spike.
She's gonna run into them, and they're just gonna fucking beat him up more.
You do not insult Glory by
No,
escaping.
never mind. Oh yeah, okay.
Slayer.
Buffy, we're here.
Spike! Spike's in there! Buffy!
Thanks, Robo Buffy. Oh no! God damn it! We're gonna kill the second robot that I have some kind of affinity to. Warren? No, Willow.
Is it weird?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
What did you guys do with Spike?
We dumped him back in his crypt.
Tried to find out if he'd told her anything, but he was too badly beaten to make much sense.
But I have to know. Now.
But not to worry, you know. I'm sure we'll all be perfectly safe.
Right. And Spike built a robot Buffy to play checkers with.
It sounded convincing when I thought it.
Oh, Tara, I love you.
God, I feel kind of bad for the guy. Gets all whooped and his best toy gets taken away.
Xander.
No, Travesty completely on board. It's just... the guy was so thrashed.
Are we feeling bad for him now? Is this real Buffy or Robo Buffy?
Spike, you're covered in sexy wounds.
This is real Buffy pretending to be Robo Buffy.
Yeah. Where you been?
I fell down and got confused. Willow fixed me. She's gay.
Will fixed you. Thought they'd melt you into scrap.
They were confused too. Why did you let that glory hurt you?
She wants to know if she... I mean,
the key was.
Yeah,
well,
he
I
didn't
can
give him
tell
up.
her, and then you won't have
No! You can't ever. Glory never finds out.
Why?
Buffy.
Yeah.
The other. Anything happened to Dawn and Destroyer. Couldn't live for being in that much pain. Let Glory kill me first.
Yeah.
But it did.
This is real Buffy pretending to be Robo Buffy, and this is fucking crazy. Oh my god.
Am I a robot?
The robot was gross and obscene.
Fair point.
What you did for me and Dawn. I won't forget it.
Alright. This has to be the weirdest fucking relationship like I've followed in anything. The relationship with these two fucking characters. It's fucking crazy to me. It's like the show bent itself like fucking backwards and started doing fucking flips and shit to like try and come up with situation for Spike to like somewhat redeem himself in a way that would make it so they don't just fucking kill him. Oh, that's so funny to me. Again, I don't know if I have any other like relationship I've ever seen in a piece of media that is like as fucking crazy as this one. Well, I watch Hannibal. Like Hannibal is something different. But like this show is like Spike. Okay, pull myself together. We need to calm the fuck down. But Spike continues to be the funniest fucking thing in the world. So, because like, okay, again, calm down. Thoughts in order. Sort them out. Devise a plan. Talk. Words make sense. Okay. In this episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, we got to see Robo Buffy, which finally became realized after Spike decided to create a Robo Buffy to love him during the episode I Was Made to Love You. We get to see Robo Buffy. She dies at the end of the episode, just like April. I am sad because I am a big fan of these like Robo Girl characters who are only made to love. I actually really enjoyed them. Robo Buffy was something to kind of serve more of a plot device for whatever the fuck is happening with the relation between these two. But I would honestly love to have April back. I would be happy to continue to have Robo Buffy. Maybe she'll come back. I don't know. They were trying to like weirdly fix her or not. I don't know. But yeah, maybe Robo Buffy will come back. I would prefer to have April back, but whatever. So Spike and Robo Buffy fuck. Real Buffy goes on a journey, a spiritual journey to the First Slayer. We're gonna have to talk about whatever the First Slayer said. It's not the First Slayer, it is just a guy, the spiritual guy taking on the form of the First Slayer. Sure, whatever, technicality doesn't matter here. The gang thinks that Robo Buffy is real Buffy. Honestly, like, I understand that they're thinking that she's doing something fucking crazy because her mom just died, so she's going through a lot and she's acting out. But I think that in Sunnydale, it would be easier for you to think that something is afoot. Because in Sunnydale, something is always afoot. We already had an episode in season 4 where Buffy and Spike started just like dating or whatever, and it was because something was afoot. So it's crazy to me that they didn't think that was the case. But it's like the funny part of the episode, so I understand. So what the episode ends up coming to is that we have this misunderstanding where Glory and Glory's minions think that Spike is someone that really matters to Buffy as a result of Robo Buffy and him fucking. That's really funny because then they kidnap Spike and they torture Spike, and we all love to see Spike get tortured. I feel like even the people who love Spike love to see Spike get tortured. Even I would say that those are the people that love to see that the most. They love to see this guy get stepped on because that's part of the attraction of this fucking loser. However, Spike could have given up Dawn, and he doesn't. And in fact, they torture him so badly. Honestly, I think they could have tortured him worse in order to drive the point further. I feel like they didn't torture him enough so that he would look as fucked up as he looked at the end of the episode. I feel like they put on extra makeup at the end for that. But the point of him getting so fucked up is that we get to actually prove that this guy actually has real feelings for Buffy, and he wouldn't give up Dawn in order to make Buffy unhappy. And it's specifically the reason why he wouldn't do that, because calm myself down. Okay, back to my train of thought. He wouldn't do that so Buffy wouldn't get hurt, and that is the specific reason he gives, because real Buffy, under the guise of Robo Buffy, which is a copy of real Buffy, is interrogating him in a very roundabout way by asking questions that he just answers in complete honesty, which is the reason why he didn't give her away is because it would hurt Buffy, it would destroy her, and he doesn't want to do that because he cares. And because he cares, Buffy is like, this relationship, okay, we have, I don't know how many hours of my life I want to dedicate to talking about how Spike feels or works or thinks, and how Buffy sees or feels or thinks about Spike. But here we go again. What we mentioned before is that Spike, as a result of being a vampire without a soul, means, well, I don't know what the fuck it means. Because as the show has advanced and progressed, the idea of what it means to not have a soul, but still retain a level of humanity, and those are not the same things, those are different, is something we have seen. And Spike has become kind of the poster boy for that exploration, because Spike has no soul, but he still feels all of these very human emotions. He just goes about them in a very, like, in a way that lacks morals or decency. But, like, how do I put this? Like, it feels like it's someone, okay, like, maybe the soul doesn't mean anything. Because, like, he comes across as a demon who showed up on Earth and he just started doing his demon shit. But now he's, like, learning how to not, because we get to see that he doesn't want to give Dawn away because he cares about someone else and he doesn't want to see that person get hurt. That means that he cares about that other person. That means that, like, I don't know what that means, but, like, that's not the behavior that someone without a soul would do. So maybe just a demon without a soul just means a demon who just shows up on Earth for the first time and they don't have any, like, any moral compass. But that is something that maybe can be learned. So in that case, they're more like a newborn, I suppose. And, like, we have another character like that in the main cast, and it's Anya. Anya is someone who didn't understand any of this human shit, and she's learning slowly, but she's learning and she's putting in a lot of effort, and I love her for it. Maybe Spike is kind of going through something similar. Like, I don't understand, and we're gonna speculate forever. We don't have answers, so I'm not gonna go too deep into this. But it's the idea of, like, what does it mean to be someone without a soul? Because Spike retains a lot of his, like, human behaviors and thoughts and feelings, and that makes him the person that he is now. However, he doesn't have any decency to back that up. He just kind of does whatever. But at the same time, though, it seems like he's learning to such a degree where he doesn't actually want to hurt Buffy. And you're a vampire, you're made to hurt. That is kind of your whole point. So, like, to what degree does that matter? The fact that you have or don't have a soul. Like, what does that matter at all? And then we have to start questioning Angel or whatever. But sure, that is just a question I'm going to leave in the air because we don't have answers. But Spike seems to be growing a lot as a character. We have been seeing this over the course of the show. It has gone into really funny places, but now it's kind of been circling to this place of he actually genuinely cares. And it's not like I doubted that, because we have seen several moments where it felt like he genuinely cared. Like even last episode, he showed up and he left flowers for Joyce. And I was wondering, like, why did he do that? And there's a lot of reasons, but and they actually fit the character very well, because it's like, well, he cares enough to want to do something, but he's also doesn't have the morals to stop himself, which in a way is similar to Dawn, and Dawn is just a kid. So to what degree? It's just so interesting. Like, I was told by someone on Patreon, and it wasn't about this, but it was this comment about Spike, which was, Spike has this weird, I don't want to say charm, because that's not what they said, and that's not something I want to say, but it has this, like, thing that's interesting about him, that is, it almost comes across as like a teenager, or like a preteen, that is just experiencing his first crush, and that is absolutely what is happening here. But I think that also kind of comes hand in hand with this idea that I'm developing of, like, what does it mean to not have a soul? It might just be something like you don't have like a sense of morality that was imparted onto you, but morality is not something that, okay, now we start to have another like conversation more so about like nature versus nurture, but it's a thing of like, morality is something that is taught to you in some way, in certain form. Morality is something that is taught to you through experiences. It's not something that you're born with. So maybe a vampire without a soul, a soulless demon, is just someone that wasn't taught morality and doesn't have any experiences, and you know, kind of doesn't want to learn. But when you're forced to learn in the way that Spike is being forced to learn, because Spike learned to care about something, therefore he has to learn and care. He has to learn in order to do his best for the thing he cares about, which is Buffy. So that means that a demon that is soulless can actually care about another person, which means that they can grow and change for the benefit of another person, which is not selfish, it's selfless. So I don't fucking know. That's kind of where I'm at with this fucking loser. Like, again, I keep saying this, but Spike might be the most interesting character in this fucking show. And it's fucking crazy to say that, because like every episode, I'm like, I fucking hate this dude. Oh my god, I'm excited whenever he shows up on screen, because I don't know what's about to happen, but something's about to go down. And it might be the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. And it is. And I hate him, and then it's like, God, I love him whenever he shows up on screen, but I fucking hate his guts. I feel like that's a lot of the fan base. The further I go, the more I go, like, this is a fantastic character, because, like, God damn it, this fucking guy. I don't know what to say. And, okay, now, Buffy Summers. She kisses him at the end of this episode, and we can say that she kisses him as a minor reward of sorts, and I don't know how to feel about that, but I feel like at this point, go back and watch my, where was it? Where was it? What episode was it? What was the fucking Quasimodo? What was the episode where I just started reading about Notre Dame? What episode was that shit? I'm pretty sure it was the episode where Spike did a bunch of shit. That's every episode. What was the title of it? Was it Crush? I think it was Crush. But in that episode, I started talking about, like, it felt like Buffy could have entertained the idea a little bit, because Buffy felt worried over the fact that Spike had a crush on her. And that is something that, like, you wouldn't worry about that unless it was something that mattered to you on some level. Because if that guy that you think is a fucking loser and you don't care about had a crush on you, you would be like, well, whatever, and move on with your life. The fact that she felt worried about it meant that she cared on some level. Why did she care? And then we start talking about, like, okay, there's a variety of reasons why that could be. It could be the fact that she could see it. It could be the fact that she could see it happening, her having those kind of emotions. Maybe it could be the fact that she starts questioning, like she says it's wrong because you're a vampire without a soul, so you can't feel love. So I can't, like, it would be impossible for us to be together and for us to love each other because you're incapable of it. She also considered it to be gross, but then maybe we start to ask question of, like, well, like if it sounds like Buffy is creating maybe this layer of almost like a coping mechanism of like, if I dehumanize all vampires, that means that my job is justified. But if vampires could have a level of humanity that Spike is showing, now I start to get really worried about what I'm doing. Like, maybe it's a coping mechanism on that level, on like a subconscious level. Okay, that is possible. This episode rolls around and it feels like Buffy is starting to have this thing of like, maybe that's the case. Maybe vampires actually do give a shit about something other than themselves, which means that they can care about something else, which means that his feelings are genuine, which means that like there's like, it wouldn't be impossible for this relationship to be true. So I shouldn't categorize him as a soulless vampire that could never love, because clearly that can happen. So now Spike has become like a real person in Buffy's eyes. And if Spike is a real person, that means that he's on the table when it comes to potential love interest. So that could happen. I'm not saying that it will happen, but it could happen. I can see it happening. Actually, very likely so. But that's crazy to me, because then that comes back to what I said in Crush, which was, I think Buffy Summers has a terrible fucking taste in men, maybe. Because, like, look at him. Like, that's all I can say. Like, he made a robot version of the girl he has a crush on that he can fuck, so that she can continue to say to him, like, you're awesome, you're the best, like, I want you and I need you. And it's all of the, like, positive affirmations that he needs to hear in order to feel good about himself, in order to feel like he can be loved. And what's interesting about that is that we can take that, we can have two completely different discussions about that. One of them can be, well, that's sad. It's sad that this guy needs that amount of like positive reaffirmation, that he would go through the steps to have that. And it's also kind of endearing, question mark, that he has this crush on this girl and he cannot let go. And he has decided that, okay, if she's not gonna love me, and maybe I can never have her, maybe this is my only way out. I'll just have a robot with her face to tell me all of these things so I can get my positive reassurance. And maybe if we follow that lane of the discussion, we can say, okay, maybe that's not so bad, because he's not bothering real Buffy anymore. He's not actually being creepy with real Buffy anymore. He's just like, well, I'm just gonna be happy with my robot forever, you know? On the other hand, we can say he just made AI porn with Buffy's face and jacked off to it without her consent. And I'm using a modern example in order for it to like sting more. But that's essentially what he did, but even creepier. Because she's supposed to imitate a real Buffy in all levels without her consent. That is a terrible fucking thing to do. That is so creepy. That is the most insulty thing you could possibly do. And like, the fact that at the end of this episode, Buffy comes in and she kind of rewards him is crazy to me. She's not rewarding him for that. She's rewarding him for him actually not selling off Dawn and Buffy because he didn't want Buffy to get hurt. And it's important to have the distinction that he didn't give Dawn away, not because he wanted to stop the apocalypse or whatever, but because he didn't want Buffy to get hurt. That means he cares about Buffy. That means he loves Buffy. So that means that Buffy is having a complete question about like, oh, maybe like I judged this guy in a way that that wasn't fair to him because I thought that he wasn't capable of it, but he very clearly is. And he stuck his neck out for me even after I completely ditched him. I told him to go fuck himself and he still stuck his neck out for me and my little sister. Okay, I understand. There is this reward that she feels, and she feels like, okay, he's good. And honestly, I feel a little bad for him. And they honestly, like, the makeup department fucked him up in order to make you feel really bad about him. Like, I love how Sandra was like, well, he was really fucked up. Like, they felt bad for him. That's why they didn't kill him. Because they saw the level of torture that he endured, and they were like, all right. Like, I like, oh my god, I feel like we have been here like maybe 10 times at this point. Like, I feel like every time everyone gets upset with Spike and they're like, we're gonna fucking kill this dude, they see him as something that is so pathetic, then they go like, alright, like, let's just leave him alone. And that is how he survives every fucking episode, is that they feel bad for him, and then they just leave him alone. That's honestly really fucking funny. But okay, Buffy rewards that with a little kiss. And it wasn't like a passionate kiss, it was just a little kiss. But like, girl, look at him. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 weeks ago, 1 month ago, he kidnapped you and threatened to kill you if you didn't love him. He demanded you to love. He was the. I've never seen a character this well, I probably have, but this level of incel in a character is fucking crazy. And the fact that Buffy's starting to come around and just be like, well, his feelings are genuine is like, girl. And I had this like full analysis that I had during Crush where I was thinking to myself, like, what character is Spike supposed to represent? Is it Quasimodo? Is it the other fucker that doesn't care? Is it the other fucker that, like, there were like 3 different characters that I was like, which one of them is Spike? Because depending on how Buffy sees Spike, then Spike's role is gonna be a different character. I don't know. So, yeah, I don't know where we're going with Spike. Because it feels like, how is it that Spike made a robot with Buffy's face so he can fuck without her consent, and at the end of the episode, it feels like Buffy is like, you know what, we're good. Like, what? Like, how does he keep getting away with it? I can't fucking believe this dude. Spike is a fascinating fucking character because this shit happens, and then at the end of the episode, it continues to happen. In fact, it gets worse. Oh my god, like, I can't wait for Buffy to date Spike, like, 2 episodes from now. They date through the entirety of season 6, and then in season 7, she's like, you know what, you suck. And then I go like, yes, like, I can't wait for that to be the storyline that we're gonna be dealing with. Oh my god, and like, okay, whatever. I don't know what else to say because I feel like I've already exhausted all avenues regarding Buffy and Spike together. And I'm just like, I don't know, man. Just show me where it's gonna go, so then I can just react to it and just expunge all my emotions out of my body, like all 7 stages of grief over this fucking relationship, and then I just gonna move on with my goddamn life. Like, that's how I feel like at this point. Oh my god. You know what? Shoutouts to Tara. Shoutouts to the more. Oh my god. I think one of the funniest moments in this fucking show is when Sandra and Anya saw Buffy and Spike fucking at the cemetery. They came back. They said, okay, hold on. We saw some crazy shit Buffy was doing. Tara says, hey, maybe that's okay. You know, I remember when my mom died, I did a bunch of crazy stuff. Like I don't know what she said. She was like, I would lie to people and I would isolate myself or what. I would stay up really late. It was something so like nothing, like something that is like completely normal, like actually very underwhelming. And then they go like, oh really? We saw her fucking Spike. And then Willow is like, well, you know, she could still be acting out. That's, you know, she's going through a lot. And then Tara is the one that goes like, are you crazy? That's fucking nuts. And I'm like, oh, that's the funniest fucking bit. I love that bit. I feel like they just realized that utilizing Tara tactically in a manner where Tara, because Tara is so shy and kind of like mild-mannered or something, like Tara, because she's so reserved and quiet and awkward and shy, having Tara be the one that just has one line that's like very strong is really funny. Because she had a line like previous episode where I don't know what she said. She talked about like, I think it was the episode with April or whatever. She talked about April's ass or something. I don't remember what it was, but she said something that was so out of pocket that everyone looked at her, and then she was like, what? I'm trying some new stuff. And it's like, oh my god, like this is the best. Tara is only becoming better every episode. Okay, I feel like I'm gonna go move on with my life right now regarding Spike and Buffy. And when I say that, I mean I'll wait until next episode because this is not gonna be over. This is not. We're just gonna continue to happen. So I'm just gonna move on with my life for now. What was Buffy's spiritual journey? What the fuck did the guide First Slayer say to her? You are full of love. You love with all your soul. I like that because Buffy's worry is that she's starting to lose her humanity because of the job. And the guide says, you are full of love, actually. And I love that because it's true. Like, it's this idea of like, if you are worried about not worrying, it means you shouldn't worry about it. Because like, you expressing this concern of yours means that you care, which means that you are very much full of that humanity. Like, I know you're worried about it, you're worried about losing that, but because you are expressing that worry and you're expressing that concern to such a degree that you would go to the lens of trying to find some kind of like spiritual guide to go on a journey to like, you know, help you so you can not lose yourself, means that you are very much holding on to yourself. Like, you have so much care that like you haven't lost that yet. So these concerns are kind of unfounded. I understand where she's coming from though, but okay, there is some things that actually they are not unfounded. It's kind of founded in the sense that she's talking about Riley, and it's like, you know, like I did just kind of ignore him until he fucking left, and that's true, that did happen. And I love that she's worrying about Joyce, about whether or not Joyce knew that she loved her. And it's this thing of like, I'm sure that when you're going through that, you're worrying about like, you know, I spend so much time outside just fucking around killing demons and shit, and now I'm thinking about all the time that I could maybe spend at home hanging out with my mom and telling her that I love her. She's worrying about like, you know, I don't tell people that I love them enough. And this is all very, very valid, very normal. Like, and I like that she's going to the lens of like, I want to make sure that I don't lose that part of myself. And I love that the guide is like, oh, you very much have that. Don't worry about that. That's very much part of you. However, the guide here says it's brighter than the fire. It's blinding. That's why you pull away from it. I'm not losing it, only if you reject it. Love is pain, and the Slayer forges strength from pain. Love, give, forgive. Rest the pain, it is your nature. Love will bring you to your gift, and the gift is dead. I love that she said a bunch of shit, and then Buffy was like, what? Like, that is such a... Again, this trope of like, you know, you're on a spiritual journey and your guide is going to give you all these cryptid answers, and then you go like, oh my god, that's what they meant. And Buffy's just like, I don't fucking know, dude. Like, I don't know what the fuck you just said to me. But okay, there's some stuff to pick from that. What I immediately thought about just now is the idea that, oh my god, I'm thinking about Evangelion now, but the idea that when you grow closer to another person, that's when... Have you ever heard about the Hedgehog's Dilemma? Who fucking came out with the Hedgehog's Dilemma, actually? Schopenhauer. Hell yeah. Not Freud. Oh, god damn it. Freud used it later. God damn it. Why is that fucker in everything? Anyway, the Hedgehog's Dilemma is an episode in Neon Genesis Evangelion, which is mostly what I'm going to be basing off when I talk about it. But the Hedgehog's Dilemma is this concept about hedgehogs seek warmth during the winter because they need it in order to stay alive. They need to huddle up. However, a hedgehog is full of spines, so they risk stabbing one another whenever they get closer. But they need to get closer in order to survive. But they hurt each other the more they get closer. And that is a metaphor for human beings and intimacy, actually. It's the idea that human beings were actually social creatures and we need one another in order to feel happy, to feel complete, to feel alive. We need to have one another. We need to connect with other people, and we need to be intimate about it. However, the more you get closer to a person, the more you put yourself at risk of getting hurt. Because the more you care about someone, the more likely it is for you to hurt because of them. Because there is a bajillion reasons why one could feel hurt. You could feel abandoned, betrayed, maybe even involuntarily. Like, there's a billion reasons why that could happen, and you would feel in pain because of another person. But you still need to find people to connect with. You still need that other person. And that is the Hedgehog's Dilemma. Whatever the fuck the first Slayer guide here just said felt something similar to that. She says, like, your love is so great, it's blinding. That's why you pull away from it. Love is pain, and the Slayer forges strength from pain. So what she's saying is making me think a lot about, maybe it sounds like what she's saying is that Buffy actually is full of this amount of like passion, I guess, but she doesn't give into it, because if she gave into it, she's afraid of what might happen, which is hurt, pain, Hedgehog's Dilemma. So she actually runs away from it, which is very interesting, because I remember when I started watching this fucking season, and I remember I was wondering why Buffy was so distant from Riley. She was so focused on being the Slayer. And maybe we're being given the answer here, which is you were so distant and you're so focused on like work and being the Slayer because you actually care so fucking much. You care so much that you're afraid of what could happen if you continue to care. You are afraid of getting closer to other people because if you get closer to other people, you become vulnerable. If you become vulnerable, you get hurt. And you don't want to get hurt, so as a result, you run away. Okay, we got a Buffy Ikari over here. We're just doing Neon Genesis Evangelion this time. But what I'm worried about now is that maybe that felt like a go-ahead to go and date Spike now. Like, that's what I'm worried about. If we reduce it to a simplistic matter, the First Slayer guide, and I'm just gonna call it the First Slayer. I don't give a fuck if it's not really the First Slayer. That's what it was. The First Slayer here said, hey, you need to get closer to other people. You need to embrace the love that you have. Only by embracing the love that you have, that's when you get hurt. And through pain, the Slayer strengthens. The Slayer forced strength from pain. That's exactly what she said. Love, give, forgive. What the fuck do you mean by forgive? Who are we forgiving? Spike? Is that it? Is this about Spike? We're forgiving Spike? Give love to Spike and forgive Spike? That sounds like what she did at the end of the episode. Risk the pain, it is your nature. Love will bring you to your gift. And then later on, she says that the gift is death. Death is your gift. Buffy says death is not a gift. My mom just died. It is not a gift. If I have to kill demons because it makes the world a better place, then I kill demons. But it is not a gift to anybody. And then the First Slayer just leaves. Your question has been answered. Okay. Your question has been answered. What was the specific question? Let me try to find that. What about love? You're afraid that being the Slayer risks losing your humanity. Does it? I guess those are the two questions. What about love? And you're worried that being the Slayer loses your humanity. Does it? So, what the First Slayer guide here is saying is that actually by embracing your humanity, you strengthen. Specifically because you get hurt. The Slayer gets stronger through pain, which sounds fucked up. So, and the only way to feel pain is to allow yourself to become vulnerable. The only way to allow yourself to become vulnerable is to actually openly express your feelings. You are full of love, you run away from it instead of expressing it. So you have to express it more. And you, like, okay. And it's interesting because Buffy didn't understand what the fuck she meant. So what I think might happen is Buffy, because she's afraid of losing herself and losing her humanity, that is clearly her concern, she's gonna start being more open to people. She's gonna start expressing her feelings more. And maybe she's gonna date Spike or whatever. I don't know. But she's gonna start being more full of love than being more emotion oriented than work oriented. By doing that, she opens herself up to feel hurt and pain, which means that she will feel hurt and pain. That is basically what we were explicitly told just now. Buffy's going to suffer in some way or another, and by suffering, she will get stronger. I don't know how to feel about that. But like, okay, we're gonna talk about Evangelion again. One of my favorite movies of all time is The End of Evangelion. It is an OVA movie that is The End of Evangelion. It's the final 2 episodes remade to be a movie for the end of the show. And it's just a movie. It's The End of Evangelion. It is fucking amazing. Kom Susurtod is one of my favorite songs. It's fucking incredible. The Third Impact is one of my favorite scenes I've ever seen, visually, emotionally, everything is fantastic. But what we learn in The End of Evangelion, and in the end, the show End of Evangelion and the movie The End of Evangelion, is the end of Shinji Ikari's journey, at least for that part of the series, which is, when you get close to other people, you do feel hurt. You feel pain. And that's okay. Because if you were given the choice to completely remove humanity, to get rid of all barriers between people, so by removing all of the barriers, there is no individuality anymore. We're all part of one. There is no more secrecy. There's no more betrayal. There's no more pain, no more hurt. Everything is at peace because we are all one and we are all in peace. But in doing so, you remove a core part of what it means to be human, which is the joy and happiness that you feel when you are with someone else. The joy and happiness of friends and family and lovers and all of that stuff. All of that is joy that you get to experience that you wouldn't be able to experience otherwise. By opening up yourself to hurt and pain, you're also opening yourself up to joy and happiness and friendship and love. And maybe it's worth it. Maybe all of that is worth it. You can always be afraid of the pain and you can run away from it. You can always just avoid it. And maybe when you experience it, you can run away from it again. You don't want to deal with it. What's wrong with running away from the things that feel bad and hurt you? Shinji current moment. But maybe the lesson is that by embracing it, you actually find the meaning of life. Because hey, I feel happy having friends. So maybe Buffy is in her Shinji Ikari era, and what Buffy is gonna find out is the truth of joy, happiness, and the happiness that you only attain by opening up yourself to the people around you. Instead of running away from your feelings, you're embracing them. You're open, and by being open, you're vulnerable, but by being vulnerable, you are allowed to feel joy in friendship and love that you wouldn't have otherwise. So maybe that is what Buffy's journey is going to be here. Because that is, maybe my interpretation is wrong. That is always possible. I only watched this scene twice. One just now and one just now. 10 minutes after I finished the episode, I just rewatched it. And I don't fucking know. Maybe I can sit here and dissect that scene further. I don't want to do that. I feel like I reach a point where I feel happy with what I'm saying, which is, I think that's what the first Slayer just said. It's what is love to the Slayer? And love, it is a way of strengthening yourself. But that goes further beyond just the Slayer. That is just a lesson for life. And it's just, hey, you're gonna hurt. You're gonna feel pain as a result of allowing your love to, come out of you. But in doing so, you will also gain strength. And hey, maybe this will be a good thing. I don't know exactly what pain that will take form of, because we were explicitly told that that's gonna bring pain. So if we take whatever she just said as a prophecy, which I kind of am, that's how I'm feeling about that first Slayer scene, is that she said a bunch of shit, and I take it as a prophecy, almost. Because otherwise, we wouldn't have gotten that and be as scripted as it was. I almost take it as a prophecy. And I'm looking at it, because, that's also the thing, is that Buffy didn't understand what she said. So if she understands what she's saying, then maybe she would have a different angle. But because she doesn't understand it, she's gonna try to be more open and more loving. And by being more open and more loving, she's gonna open herself up to pain, which means that she will get stronger. But we don't know what the pain is. So if we take it as a prophecy, I don't know what the pain is. There's something else that she said. The final thing that she said, that I don't know what the fuck it means. But she said, being full of love will lead you to your gift, and death is your gift. And then Buffy is like, what the fuck does that mean? A gift that I'm gonna get, a gift that I'm gonna give someone, and it's we don't really get an explanation. Death is your gift. Being full of love will lead to your gift. Death is your gift. I mean, we can take that in the most basic way, which is you're gonna die. That could be it. It could be as simple as that. That is the easiest go-to, is you're gonna experience love and that will somehow kill you. Here's the thing, is that I'm interpreting almost as an oracle, but that doesn't have to be the case. Maybe it's not a warning, it's not a prophecy, maybe it's just a thing that she's saying. And the death here might just be, it could be anything else, but it could be interpreted in so many different ways. Maybe if Buffy dies, what happens if Buffy, well, she dies. But then she doesn't die because the show has to keep going. So I don't know what that'd be. Maybe she'll die at the end of the show. That could happen. But why would it be the gift? Because she would be in so much pain that by killing her, the pain would be gone. And then that would be That would be the best case scenario. Best case scenario for who? For herself? I don't know how to feel about that. Maybe she delivers death. Maybe that's what she meant. I don't know. What is death is your gift? Your gift. Again, multiple interpretations. A gift for you or a gift that you are delivering. I don't know. Like the best one that I'm thinking about is the most obvious clear one, which is like you're gonna die. Like love will kill you. And how is that a gift? Life is a disease in a way. You will be free of something. I don't know. I don't fucking know, dude. Like something else I want to say is that I like that scene with the spirit guide felt important because of the usage. The usage of the imagery that we got, which was we were in the same desert where we were in Restless, where Buffy fought the first Slayer, and then we also got the first Slayer back as in the form of the guide, or the guide in the form of the whatever. And it's one of those things where like if this scene wasn't that important, they wouldn't have chosen that to be the imagery. The fact that they chose that to be the imagery that represents the spiritual journey here, to me means that this is very important. Whatever the fuck she said is very important. That's something I feel confident in saying. But then you have to interpret what the fuck she meant with her words. I almost want to rewatch this. I'm sorry, I'm just a little confused. I'm full of love, which is nice, and love will lead me to my gift? Yes. I'm getting a gift, or do you mean that I have a gift to give someone else? Death is your gift. I mean, that's just that answer, if I take that answer at face value, it just sounds like you're gonna die. Like love is going to lead you to your death. Will she become stronger in death? That'll be fucking crazy. Because like, okay, what she said, what the guide for Slayer said is, you are full of love, you are afraid of it because you're afraid of the pain, so you run away from it. But if you were to embrace the love that you have, which is a lot, you would be able to be super strong because Slayers strengthen themselves through pain. So you would be in deep pain because of your deep love, which will make you stronger. Your love will also lead you to your gift, and death is your gift. Okay, are we saying that Buffy is going to open her feelings and then she's gonna die as a result, and then she will be stronger? Okay, that's what I'm getting from this. That's what I am getting from this. I have no clue what it means, but that is my basic cooking that I'm doing right now. I don't know what else to interpret from this because it's so fucking vague. Like death could be like her delivering death to all of the things that she kills, but I don't know how to slot that into what she's saying. I guess maybe the gift of like love will make you stronger, and by being stronger you can deliver more death, I guess. And Buffy feels conflicted about that. I don't know, man. I want to say I enjoy this episode. I was about to say it, but then I stopped myself because then I thought about Spike and I was like, I don't know. And then let me be clear. I don't know how to feel about this episode. And that's not a negative. That's just me being like, this episode was fucking crazy. Like, I feel like whatever the spirit journey with the first Slayer was, I don't know what to make of that. And whatever the fuck Spike was doing with Robo Buffy, I don't know how to feel about that. Because, like, he goes back and forth with this fucking dude. And I don't know. I feel like every time I watch an episode of Buffy with Spike in it in season 5, I feel like my sanity is depleting. It feels like I am starting to lose part of myself. I don't know what's going on. Like, whenever we got that fucking thing where, like, we went from Spike going to Warren and being like, make me Robo Buffy, and then Joyce died, I feel like a part of me broke in that moment. That was like too many things, too quickly, too crazy. I don't know what's happening anymore. And now it feels like I'm just in a spot where I am just watching shit unfold and I don't know how to feel about it. It's just a lot. It's just a lot. It's just a lot of things. And I don't have answers for you. I'm just experiencing. I am open arms and things are coming to me and I can't stop them. They're just happening. And that's where we're at. Okay, I think that's gonna be it for this episode of Buffy. I don't know what else. Oh my god, this was like an hour of discussion. I think I'm about to run out of hard drive space. Yeah, I need to fucking rub this shit up. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Buffy. I don't know what the fuck is happening. See you guys next time. Bye. Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching this reaction episode to Buffy the Vampire Slayer. If you would like to watch the next 2 episode reactions as well as full-length reactions to Buffy and Angel, you can do so over at the Patreon. Check out the links below, social media, so it's cool stuff to do. See you guys next time. Bye bye, take care.